Alrighty guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can import a terrain into DayZ standalone. Um, it's pretty much just like how it was in Arma 3, and it's not really that hard. There are some things you need to keep in mind. In this video I won't show you guys how you can do roads and place objects. It's just purely how you can load in a height map, get all the images ready, and then just binarize it, get it working in game, get a PBO, and load it through the mission. That's what I'm going to be showing you today. I've provided you guys with a terrain underscore source.zip, which contains some files. As you can see, it contains the layers, a map legend, template height map, template mask, template set, the satellite image. These images, they're all generated using L3DT, which is pretty much a tool where you can generate terrains with. It's not only for Arma, but you can use it for Arma or DayZ. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, you have to have your work drive set up, and your DayZ mod tools have to be installed and fully working. I won't show you guys that in this video. There's a lot of sources online on how to do it. It's not that hard. So yeah, pretty much once you have everything working, and you got the P drive, first thing you want to do if you want to create a terrain is actually create a new folder and call this whatever you want. This is going to be your terrain name. Just going to call it tutorial, and in there you want to create a source folder, and I believe it doesn't matter how you call this. It could be whatever, but basically in your source folder it's just going to contain all the source files. I already have that open. And you can just drag everything in here. Alrighty. So next thing you want to do is, well, first of all I'm just going to explain to you what this actually is. So you got a layers.config here, which a lot of guys, if you've modded in Arma 3, you might remember. Basically what you define in layers.config is, what you can see here, for every pretty much you need to create some textures for every basically if you look at your height map or your mask, you see all these different little dots and colors, right? Like here, this is a little darker, and the colors are different. Pretty much this defines where what texture should be on your map. So you got all these color values, which if you use L3D2, it will be exported in a template mask palette. And in here it will say the exact RGB colors. Don't mind about the climate, doesn't really matter. And this is what type of texture it should be to make it look good. And you can use whatever. In this layers.config I use the DayZ textures, the grass textures, which I use pretty much for every grass, and I use the rock textures for every cliff. So it's really simple, and you define it below here. So yeah, that's that. Alright, so now we can actually go and start making some stuff. So you want to go to your DayZ tools, and you can go to bin, and inside here there should be the terrain builder. You want to open that up. Once inside terrain builder, there's a few things you have to do. First of all, you're going to want to add a map frame. Just press OK and then press cancel. You need a map frame in order to import all the layers, and if you guys don't have the layers manager right here, you can just simply go up into window and select layers manager. Alright, so next step, you gotta go to import and import the terrain. And you're gonna go to your folder, source, and then it should be the height map. You open that up and it should open up. Next thing you want to do is go left click on the layer, and go to properties. Set easting to 200,000, and the width and the height should be 10,000. This is, by the way, a very big map, and I'm not gonna just for time's sakes, I'm not gonna do the highest quality. I'll explain you in a bit. when I'm gonna generate the satellite. So you just press OK. Then you go on to go import satellite images. Alright, and you want to go file, import the surface mask image. Alright, then you want to right click on the surface mask, type in 200,000 0. The easting and northing should be the same as every single image you got. This is due to how the coordinates work in the game, and this will make sure that the right texture is put on the mesh, pretty much. The width and the height, you want to set that to 10,000 2040 because you want it to equal the height map. It's very important, because if you see the size of these images, they're 1024 by 1024, and the height map is obviously a lot bigger. This is to do with the distance that it actually takes in game as well. I'll show you in a sec. Alright, so the satellite image, you want to do the exact same, 200,000 0. Alright, now and then you can just simply press here on this little button here and you can view the map. Now if I'm correct, if you press here, you'll see that they're all exactly aligned. Oh yeah, and don't mind that there's no water here. That's due to this satellite image just doesn't have any water in it. And you can see in the distance, you can see how long everything is. So if I put it like this map is exactly 10 kilometers long, which is pretty big. And anyway, once you've got this done and working, let's go to map frames and add a map frame. You want to go over to samplers. You want to set this to 10,024 by 10,024. Satellite image as well. You could set it to 10,024 40, 10,240, which will actually set the resolution to a 1:1. This actually generates a lot more images, which will make your map much more detailed, but it's gonna take a longer time to process. So for now, for this simple tutorial, I'm just gonna keep it at 10,024 by 10,024. Satellite mask, you also want to set it to that, and this should be good. Now at location, you want to set the name to how your map's name, tutorial in my case. Then you want to go to your P drive, where you'll see your tutorial folder. You want to click create subfolders, and you want to set the easting to 200,000 and northing to 0. And next thing is you want to go to processing, you want to click rebuild terrain, which will actually build the terrain. Alright, now next step, you want to select your layers config file. You want to export the satellite, export the surface, and for now you can't click convert the textures into PA files, but I'll show you in a second on how you can actually do this well. So now you want to just click generate layers. Now it's going to be really fast because I don't really have that many layers at this moment. You want to hit OK, and you'll see that a new map frame has appeared. Now I'm just going to save the project at this stage. Just call this tutorial. Alright, so once you get the terrain generated, we're not gonna go into Bulldozer today. We're literally gonna export this immediately. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to export as a WRP, call this tutorial.wrp, save it, and you'll see that it's exported. Alright, so now we can actually go back into a tutorial and we'll see that a lot of files have been generated. Now the next step is actually writing the config. Oh wait, before we write the config, there's something else we should do. Since we didn't convert these PNGs to PAs, we have to do them manually. We can do this by going into DayZ Tools, bin, go into Object Builder, no, not Object Builder, what was it? Image to PA. You want to go to Image PA GUI. You want to hit Add Source Directory, go into Tutorial, go into Data, Layers, select your layers, they'll all appear here. You want to just process the files like that, which will generate the PAAs. It's gonna take a while. Alright, they should be processed. Next thing you want to do is, well, you can just remove the PNGs now because you won't be needing them. Alright, now the next step we're gonna do now is write the config. So what you want to do, you want to go to DayZ, go into Worlds, Chinaris Plus, go into World, and copy the config. So you copy that, you go into Tutorial, you paste it here, and you want to open that with Notepad or whatever text editor you're using. Alright, so now you want to replace some stuff, rename some stuff. You obviously want to rename this to whatever your map name is in the CFG patches. You can then go down, you'll see Chinaris Plus, replace it with Tutorial. You can actually get this cleared, like so. Oh, because we won't be needing that. Description, I'll just say tutorial. Tutorial/tutorial WLP, because that's where the WLP is located. See, in this folder. Proxy export file, we won't be needing this. Now NavMesh, thing with the NavMesh is it's something that is new to DayZ. It's basically telling, for example, the zombies and the AI where to exactly walk. Now you can't generate NavMeshes yet, so we're just gonna keep it at the Chinaris Plus NavMesh, which you know, it works for now. It doesn't give any errors if we use it. So we're gonna go down. You're gonna see the soundmap values, which you can just keep this outside terrain. Just keep it as it is. Grid, keep that as well. Now the airports you can remove. You won't be needing them. Alright. You can fully remove this class. Subdivision, you want to keep that. Now names. Since all these names are not in our map, we can literally just go down to where it ends. Alrighty. Right here, and then just hit backspace, remove it. And ambient, we can actually do the same. Like so. And then down here you can fully remove missions because you won't be using it, and you want to rename this to tutorial. And now that should be your config done. It's that easy, guys. Like really, it isn't that hard. Now next thing you want to do is actually go to add-on builder. You want to just launch add-on builder.exe. Now you want to select the source directory, tutorial, and I'm just gonna put it to export. You can put the destination whatever you want. Now I'm not gonna binarize the textures in this build. We are gonna just binarize the files, obviously. These are the files I copy directly. Normally you shouldn't have these, but I just like to keep them because I like to directly copy over the files instead of them being binarized. Alright, so you just want to hit pack, and it's gonna binarize the whole thing. It's gonna do its magic. Alright, build successful. There we go. Now I'm gonna show you how we can actually play this as well, because that's gonna be another thing. In export, we now got tutorial.pbo. We can just go into our, so you can go to DayZ and you want to actually create a new mod for this. So we're gonna call this add tutorial. Inside tutorial, well, you don't want to paste it, I'm sorry, you want to create a add-ons folder first. In add-ons you paste this. So this is what it's gonna be reading. Now next thing, which I have this mission here, which I will be providing in the description as well, is basically a simple mission where we can spawn in as a player. So we should just create a missions folder. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm pasting all the time, but you want to rename this after the dot to whatever your terrain is called. So mine is tutorial, This will make sure that the mission is loaded on that map. Now that should be it. We can actually now just go into our DayZ launcher, which isn't here. Supposed to. So we're gonna run the DayZ launcher, and we want to go over to mods, and you can actually press local mod, go back one, DayZ, tutorial, you want to select the map, and you want to hit that. Then you can go into parameters, and down here at mission you can put the full path to the mission, which in my case would obviously be this one. And then once you've got that done, you hit play, and you're gonna get loaded into the map. If I'm correct. Let's hope. So that's gonna launch up your DayZ. Just gonna do some little loading. And there we go. We're in our beautiful terrain. And you can walk around here. You can hear the actual sounds of the wind. As you can see, there's a little line here that's to do with the resolution, which I was talking about earlier. So yeah, you can just walk around. This map is, by the way, the same as the template island, which I put on the Steam Workshop. You can just download it there if you want to play this island. It's nothing special really. So yeah, I helped you guys out a bit, and I hope to speak to you soon. Have a nice day.